Hi everybody, welcome to my Brutus Monroe Stamptember collab with Simon Says Stamp video. Today I'm using the Holiday Mugs card, and I'm going to just show you one card and how I made it, basically using Aqua pigments and some embossing powder. I'm using the Pearl, the Gilded, and the Brown Aqua pigments. I'm also going to use the Poppy Field and I believe maybe some red. And then I'm just showing you some of the mica in the bottom of those. If there is, you need to shake those up, or the shimmer parts. I did heat emboss my images on some aqua pigment paper with Brutus Monroe Embossing Ink and covered them with the penny embossing powder and heat set that. And I attached it to my stick and stamp mat. I also attached a little piece of tape to hold it down because I am going to watercolor and my mat is well loved and I tend to be heavy-handed. So I mixed the brown and the Gilded embossing powder together, and I'm just going to use a paintbrush kind of to fill in. I kind of just go for it when I watercolor. I am no expert by no means, but I like to just go in and fill. Sometimes I'll fill the whole image with water, or the spot I want with water, and then add the aqua pigment. Sometimes, like here, I added the aqua pigment directly to it and then added some water to thin it out. I'm going to go ahead and just put on some music from here and let you watch, and so sit back and enjoy. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. This is real-time painting, and I will speed it up after this. I love you, baby.
Take my boots off, use the restroom, then take a shower.
Okay. I'm just painting my little reindeer.
Early mornings used to be a feast, but now we've tamed it with a real Kodiak breakfast. Packed with protein and whole grains, it's made fast and built to last. Feel the rush. It's wild what you and a real Kodiak breakfast can do. Moving forward with node-positive breast cancer, my favorite foods could help me back, but I'm staying focused and doing more to prevent recurrence. Verzenio is specifically for HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive early breast cancer with a high chance of returning as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Verzenio reduces the risk of recurrence versus hormone therapy alone. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start anti-diarrhea fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious lung problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or planting. I'm focusing on what counts. Talk to your doctor about reducing your risk.
Escape to an adventure with Tiki Solitaire Tri-Peaks. In the heart of the tropics, journey further into dark caves, dive into the depths of the ocean. Get ready for a solitaire experience unlike any other.
Good morning. Today's about looking good, feeling good, doing good. So let me introduce you to the cool classics. In other words, the perfect uniform. Design by who? The Blondes. With you in mind, the woman of the go. Next, the perfect fitted jeans. Mom kids are quite obsessed with a good butt on a jean. Save them all. Don't forget to grab your boots, because today we'll be walking. So
As I finish up the watercoloring here, I wanted to say I added the pearl and a touch of the gold or the gilded to the whipping cream, and I used the red that I showed earlier and the pearl on the candy cane. So I am going to let these dry completely, and then I'm going to fussy cut them out off camera. Here I'm using the brown butter cardstock. I cut down to an A2 card size, and this is the Starscape Stencil from Brutus Monroe. I use some pixie spray to hold it down. I always use pixie spray when I'm going to use glazes or pastes, and I sprayed that in a well-ventilated area, and then after I have it sticky, kind of wave it around, give it a minute to get tacky. I'm going to lay this down on my cardstock, and once again using my stick and stamp mat, and I'm going to use the penny Chroma glaze. This stuff is beautiful. Always keep that white little piece because that will help you keep it from drying out. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with a palette knife. This is a silicone palette knife. I try to go only in one direction if I can, and just go as quickly as I can and kind of as evenly as I can. I think I will grab my stencil pal here in a minute and finish smoothing it out so that I can get a nice even layer with it, and then I will peel it off and put it away to dry. You'll see me kind of touch the edges just to make sure there's no like bumps once I remove it. And to remove it from the stick and stamp mat, I actually will, after removing the stencil, I will bend it back upon itself gently, and then I can peel that right off. And I very carefully try to grab a spot that doesn't have any glaze on it and peel the stencil apart. Here you can see that beautiful penny shiny chroma glaze now that it's dry, and we are going to start getting ready to put our card together. I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4-ish, as close as I can using my Tim Holtz trimmer here, just because then I can give it a little bit, you'll see a little bit of the edge on around on my card base, especially because, you know, the Aqua pigment paper has a little bit of that white edge to it too, so that will help tie it in a little bit more with my images. Like I said, I fussy cut them off camera. Before you saw my little black bin, that is for a stencil cleaning bin. Brutus Monroe has stencil cleaner in that bin, and you can fill it with some water, a little stencil cleaner, and throw your stencil right in, and it will clean beautifully. Now I'm just going to kind of play around with my layout. I just took my sentiment. This was stamped on Aqua pigment paper with embossing ink and the penny embossing powder, and I'm just going to cut it down. Here I just need to make sure it's straight. I'm going to cut a little bit of an angle. I'm going to leave a little bit of a longer edge on the one side because I'm going to tuck it behind my cute, adorable little image there. As you can see, like this set is a collab with Simon Says Stamp. It is only available on the Simon Says Stamp website, and it is available for a limited time only. I believe it's available as a stamp or a stamp and die combo, but once it's sold out, it will not be restocked. It's a one and done. So head over there if you want this stamp set before it sells out. Here I'm going to play with a little bit of the setup. I am going to attach my whipped cream here and my candy cane and just use a little bit of washi tape, or you could use any kind of tape on the back to just kind of hold it in place. I'm just kind of eyeballing it using the placement of the card and things like that. I am going to pop up the cup and everything with foam tape, but first we need to attach our card panel with that shiny penny stars, and I'm just going to use my glue tape. I love this tape runner. I'm a scrapbooker to start, so I've had this for a while. Just center that up in my card base. This is a Brutus Monroe card base that is 80-pound cardstock made with the perfect blend. It is pre-cut and pre-scored. I just have to fold it in half. It's my favorite card bases. And then here is the foam tape. I'm going to go ahead and attach it. First, I like to tear off a piece and kind of use the biggest piece and just cut it off with my scissors. And then sometimes I cut it in half if I need a big piece, but if I need to cut smaller pieces, I do use it a little bit, usually the end of the roll there. You can see the roll that I leave. I peel a piece off and then I tear off pieces, and then that helps prevent sticking. I'm going to use my mug to kind of place my sentiment and use my Barely Arts glue. It is my favorite liquid glue to attach. I like to use a liquid glue in particular if I'm going to be on top of pastes like that are shiny or glittery, and the Chroma Glaze is a shiny finish, so I wanted to use that, and it gives me a little wiggle room. So I line that up using that, you know, like I said, that cup for placement, and I'm going to peel off all the tape here. Sorry, it takes a little while for me to peel it off because I cut it into little pieces here. But this foam tape is fabulous. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and it's just the perfect, you got thick pieces, so when you need to cover a great area. I like to be heavy-handed with my foam tape. You could see my fan was blowing around all the little pieces there. I had it up pretty high the other day. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this card down, or this cup down, the little reindeer, he's so cute. Remove the foam tape from behind the candy cane and the whipped cream. And we're going to put that towards the top. I wanted to kind of I put it towards the back just a little bit so you could see the inside of the cup. There's a little bit of that, you know, cocoa or something, so you could just see it just a little bit. That was just kind of a preference for me. And then once I have that done, I'm going to add some gems to the card. Let's clean up our foam pieces here. And then I'm not sure which gems these ones are. I will add them to the description box below along with all the other products I used. Like I said, most of the products you can buy at brutusmonroe.com, but if you want the stamp or the stamp and dies, you will need to go to Simon Says Stamp while supplies last. Oh, I believe these are the Red Shift flatback crystals. And I'm just going to use a little bit of Barely Arts glue and my Tailored Expression pick tool to pick them up and place them. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You can find me over on Instagram at Sugar Cards or on Facebook by Sugar Cards. I am the Inspiration Team Director for Brutus Monroe, so I do go live Wednesday nights on the Brutus Monroe channel. You can find me there, and I hope you will join me and will give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Did you purchase anything for Stamptember this month? I love this set. This one's one of my favorite sets. And I do appreciate you you hanging out with me today and watching me create. I'm going to speed this up to finish off and show you the other couple of cards I made. I did more Aqua pigment painting with them using different colors, some oranges and Gilded and Scowline embossing powder. And I use the steel Chroma mists to make the background. And I just really appreciate you guys all hanging in there. Here is the pumpkin card I made. It's got a little bit of fallen snow glitter glaze and some Jack O and cardstock. It's just beautiful. And then I have the cat as well. He's so spooky. I add a little bit of vellum just to kind of help him pop up off the background. I made my own mat using some of that Scowline embossing powder, which is super sparkly. So thank you all for hanging out with me, and I will check you later. Bye.